And we're back with AP as we see it, and we went over the four regions for the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Atlanta in the south, the Midwest, Indianapolis. We have the West is in San Francisco, and we also have the East, which is in Newark, New Jersey. But now we want to go over some of the statistics for these teams that are important. We're looking at the field goal percentages, the free throw shooting, the turnovers, the points per game, the opponent's points per game, and the rebounds in the margins. So look at it in Auburn. Auburn shoots 48%, three-point line, 36%, free throw shooting 74, the turnovers 9 turnovers. And there's a theme in this with the turnovers. I think the lowest was in the 9 range and the highest was in the 12 for all the SEC teams, which is kind of incredible. Both teams really take care of the basketball because around 10, I mean, that's pretty good, I think, in basketball to have just average 10 turnovers a game. Points per game, they score 83. The opponent scores 69. The rebounds is 37. That's a plus 3.7. So Auburn's a good rebounding team. Texas A&M field goal percentage, 44%. Three-point shooting 32%, free throw shooting 70%, turnovers 13. Okay, there it is, 13. I was thinking it was 12. Turnovers are 13 a game. Points per game 72. They don't score a lot. Opponents only score 66. Rebounding, it's just a plus 0.7. So it's close in that department. Ole Miss field goal percentage 44%, three-point shooting 34%. Free throw shooting 73%, turnovers 8.9, which is really essentially 9. Points per game 77, opponents 71. Rebounding is a -4. So Ole Miss in that category, they have a deficit. So let's go to the East region. Newark, Mississippi State 45%, three-point shooting 31%. You need to be up to 35, really. That's underachieving. The free throw shooting is 70%, turnovers 10.6, points per game 79, the opponent 74, rebounding 38 rebounds a game. That's a plus 2.5. Vandy, their field goal percentage 39%, three-point shooting 28%. Not very good. Foul shooting 70%, turnovers 10.4, points per game 67. That's on the low side. The opponent scores 75. So there's a deficit in that category. Rebounding as well, there's a deficit. There's 34 rebounds a game, minus 2.7 for Vanderbilt. Alabama field goal percentage 48%, three-point percentage 35, free throw shooting 71%, turnovers 12.8, points per game 91, opponents 81, rebounding 43 a game, that's 6.4. So that's a positive for Alabama. They can rebound the basketball. We have the Midwest would be in Indianapolis. That's Georgia field goal percentage 43%, three-point percentage 34, foul shooting 72%, turnovers 11.4, points per game 74, the opponents 74. So Georgia, they fight it out and they get their wins. Rebounding 35, it's a minus 2.3 for them in the rebounding department. Kentucky field goal percentage 48, three-point shooting 37, free throw shooting 73%, turnovers 11.1, points per game 85, the opponent 77, rebounding's 38.5, that's a plus 3.5 in the rebounding category. Tennessee field goal percentage 45, three-point shooting 34%, foul shooting 74, the turnovers 10.5, points per game 74. Big differential here in the opponents, 63. That's 11-point differential. I think that's the biggest in the conference. Rebounding 36.6, that's a plus 4.9 in the rebounding category. And the last one we have would be the West. That's in San Francisco eventually for the finals. Florida field goal percentage 47%, three-point shooting 35%. Free throws are 71%, turnovers 10.6, points per game 85, the opponent 69. I guess that's the biggest deficit between the two teams, 16 points. Rebounds 42, that's a plus 8 in the rebounding category. That's the biggest number I think I've said on this show, plus 8.2 in the rebounding category. Oklahoma field goals 47%. Three-point shooting, 37%. Foul shooting, 79%. Turnovers, 12. 1.1 points per game, 78. Opponents, 74. Rebounding, 32. That's a minus 2.1. Missouri, field goal percentage, 48. Three-point shooting, 37%. Foul shooting, 72%. Turnovers, 10.7. Points per game, 84. Opponents, 73. Nice deficit there. 11 points in favor of the Tigers. Rebounding, 34. That's a plus 1.5. Then we have Arkansas, the field goal percentage, 46%. Three-point percentage, 33. Foul shooting, 73. The turnovers, 11.7. Points per game, 76. Opponents, 71. Rebounding, 38. That's a plus 1 for them. Some of the other things. So that's some of the important statistics. If you're looking at a team and you're trying to figure out who should win the ball games and who can you count on to make free throws, to shoot well from the three-point line, to rebound well, those types of things. Now we're going to look at a couple things that came out this week as far as the men's basketball All-American teams. We have the NABC, which is the National Association of Basketball Coaches, the SEC players that made the All-American team. Janae Broom, Auburn, he made All-American first team. Walter Clayton Jr., the guard from Florida, and Mark Sears from Alabama, the guard, made the first team on the NABC. The third team was Chaz Lanier, Tennessee guard, Zakai Ziegler, Tennessee guard. They're on the third team. And we're looking at also the Associated Press All-American team, first team, Janiah Broom, of course, Auburn, Walter Clayton Jr. of Florida, the guard, and Mark Sears once again. All first-team members on the Associated Press. The third team was Zakai Ziegler. Now we look at the U.S. Basketball Writers Association, Janiah Broom, Auburn, Mark Sears made the first team, and we have the third team is Zakai Ziegler. Walter Clayton, he should have been on that team, but anyhow. So those are the players from the men's side that made a few of the All-American teams in basketball. We know that well represented to have that many on the All-American teams, and it's reflected in their records where they have the 14 teams reaching the NCAA tournament. We want to just discuss the women's side as well. Well represented. They have 10 teams in the tournament. They have the 4 different brackets, but only 2 regions. Birmingham, Alabama, Spokane. So we'll get a few of those teams mentioned right now. Spokane and Spokane 1, which it's called. You have Ole Miss, number 5, 20-10, 10-6 in the league, playing Ball State. We have LSU, number 3. They're 28-5, 12-4. They're in Spokane 1, playing San Diego State University. Spokane 4, we have Mississippi State at number 9, 21-11, 7-9, playing Cal. That's in they'll reach the Spokane. If you reach the Spokane region, of course, some of these early games are on campus, and the final 8 teams in Spokane and Birmingham will be played at those 2 sites. So these early games are on campus. Kentucky, number 4, 22-7, 11-5, play Liberty, number 13. Oklahoma, 25-7, 11-5. They play Florida Gulf Coast University at number 14. You have in the Birmingham 2 region, you have South Carolina, number 1, 30-3, 15-1, playing Tennessee Tech. You have Alabama, number 5, in the Birmingham 2 region, playing Wisconsin Green Bay. Alabama, 23-8, 10-6. In the conference, you have Vanderbilt, number 7, playing Oregon. That's in the Birmingham 2 region. Then we have the Birmingham 3 region, it'd be Texas, 31-3, 15-1 in the conference, and Tennessee, number 5, 22-9, 8-8, playing San Francisco at number 12. So those are the teams from the women's side, 10 teams represented from the SEC in the women's tournament. That final will be held in Tampa, Florida. As we said, 2 regions. I wonder. I don't think the men would ever go to 2 regions, because I think they travel right now at this moment. The men's fans travel better than the women, so they came up with that plan, the 2 regions. I think the men will stay with the 4 regions in the near future. I don't think you're going to have the 2 regions on the men's side. And maybe the women someday, they'll expand back to the 4 regions. But right now, it's the 2 regions. I kind of like it, actually, because you'll have 8 teams in Birmingham. You'll have 8 teams in Spokane. 2 different parts of the country, far away. But I kind of like that at the moment. We're also going to check out, and when we come back, we'll look at the All-Americans on the women's side. And of course, the SEC was well represented, but it should be an exciting tournament for the men's teams and the women's teams. Like I said, both men's and women should have people represented in the Sweet 16. If you want to consider this a successful season on the women's side and the men's, you have to reach that Sweet 16. You have to have a minimum of one team in the Final Four. SEC, that would be awesome to have two teams in the women, two teams in the men. That would be the height of success all time with SEC basketball, men's and women. But it should be interesting. I think there's a good chance for at least one, if not two teams from the SEC men's side and the women's side. I think most people on the men's side, they're favoring Florida because, like I said, they have the most versatility. They can play inside, outside, and they can play fast. They can play slow. They have a good coach, Todd Golden, and Todd coached at University of San Francisco, so maybe he ends up there. It is familiar territory. But anyway, we'll be right back after these messages with AP as we see it.